What's happening out there in Facebook land? Mr. Dave here. Up in my office up here at Alpine Sky Studio. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you are, whenever you're listening and hearing this. It's Christmas time. Yay! This is 2019, and I'm just kicking back on a Sunday, just relaxing and thinking about how awesome life is and how things have been going on that have been pretty crazy. And I was just thinking, I'm really feeling grateful. I had a crazy time doing things in my life, and one of the things I did was sand sculpture, and I just thought I'd go through a couple projects and walk you through them with a little slideshow, kind of talking you through what I have on my computer. I've got like thousands and thousands of photographs on my computer, and there are jobs from all over the world and all through the states and stuff, and so I'm just want to go through some of these photos with you guys and these projects so you can talk to you about how we actually made these sand sculptures. Some hundreds of thousands of pounds, over the years have probably been moved and compacted and carved into stuff. I've actually made jobs that were 500 tons, all brought in cement trucks. This one, for example, is a project that I didn't carve on, but I was part of in terms of documenting it. I took photos of it, and it was actually where I started getting my whole career started, was actually here. And this is Camelot. It's the name of the sculpture. It was built in San Diego, California. And let me move through the photos we have on this one. There you can see how big this thing was. This had many volunteers that were working to put it together. It was a project built by Sand Sculptors International. It was Gary Kirk and Todd Vanderplyme's company. And so this was a huge pile of sand, thousands and thousands of tons, right in San Diego, right near the Crystal Pier there in Pacific Beach. And it was just amazing. I'd never seen anything like it before when I stumbled across this. I was actually selling photographs right down at the end of the pier right here. Right before you went into the pier, I had a little booth. I was selling photos, and I noticed the crowds were getting pretty huge, and I was like, "What's going on, man?" So let's look to the north, and they had this monstrous project that was being built. Huge pile, big front end loaders. The city helped out with that, and they had a fire hose. They were getting it all wet. And by the Capri Hotel, you can see up there at the top, that high rise and stuff. And so they were building this thing for days and days and days and days. It was called Camelot, was the title of it. And they had a full-on plan and design. They made out they got to get the permit. They made a complete blueprint of what they were going to do. It was a walk-through castle, so you'd be able to walk through this black pathway they were going to create inside the castle as you went up. And then as you look up, you can see there's Gary and I think it was Gary, maybe both of them, Gary and Todd were both up there working on it, loading it up with the water to get it compacted and stuff. Again, it's just sand and water when we do these sand sculptures, sand and water only. Pretty amazing. And at the end, they ended up with this amazing piece, amazing project that had just an amazing and ancient look to it, with the decaying sand, as it were, blowing down the hill and stuff, finishing it out. Just wild. Sand sculptures blew my mind. Be able to make things out of just sand and water that people would be able to check out, and they just a huge response, huge positive response from folks. This whole thing is just amazing. Sand sculpture really is an amazing medium. Believe it or not, that ended up leading me to doing jobs like this one in Florida, South Florida Fair. That was 17 feet tall up there at the top of the feather right there. It's this crazy horse. And but that was a long way. That was 1988, I think, or 84, 85 was when I saw Camelot. and it was 98 when I was able to do the project there in Florida, at the Florida. I'm flashing back here. South Florida Fair and Palm Beach Expo. Sorry. But one of the things we also did was he did little demo sand sculptures too. So we would be doing stuff on it. It's called the tabletop. And so this one shows a little cave on the front there, little trees and stuff. And then this is a castle that I made in foam, actually, polystyrene foam. Carved it out, and then it's in pieces. And so I would be able to show up and give people a really good sized project given limited time. And so sometimes it's necessary to do those kind of things. So here's a close-up of it. But the little cave right there, that was just, sand and water only. That's all that was. So we'll back out of this. So I've got not all of them, but I've got a bunch of my sand sculptures. But since it's the holidays and stuff, I wanted to go to some of the projects that were based on Christmas. And this is one of my favorite projects of all. And I think I did a little bit of a video of this one already. Did projects in Ocean Beach, California a bunch of times. And these are some of the guys that are actually guys that lived on the street. Pretty amazing, but they really got into it. They helped kind of guard and protect the sand sculpture while it was up. And there was like OB Johnny, and these guys all had their own little names and stuff. I don't even know if they're still alive, but their lives were pretty rough lives. So let's go back. So anyway, we did projects there at Christmas time. And here's one that was really cool. This was where the Grinch had been, he kind of stole the presents from Santa Claus, or he was cutting them off on the wave there, which I thought was really cool. That was a great idea. And so we had lights that I put into projects a lot of times that you could see. In the back, you can see the elves have been knocked off the surfboard, so they're kind of bumming out. In the foreground, we had guys that were just hanging out on the wall down in Ocean Beach, California. Here, there's a wall, and a lot of guys just hang out there, and it's sort of a cool place to chill out. And so really a lot of fun. A lot of fun doing these sand sculptures over the years. And again, this is sort of a Christmas theme. I thought you guys might get a kick out of seeing some of that, some of these projects over the years. And it's just fun. It's a Sunday, so I'm just kind of chilling out and just kind of taking it easy. And I just thought it'd be fun to share some of that Christmas one. Where's the Christmas one? Here's one. So here, this will be good. Be able to see how we do them. So we start off by compacting the sand inside wooden boxes, or call them forms, and that's what that wooden sheet is. And then those sheets are tipped over and put on their side, as you can see in the foreground. And those are then compacted. The sand is put inside these boxes, and then we stomp on them with gas-powered pounders or tampers. Whacker compactors is one of the names for them. And then compact the sand up. This one's had the side walls of this compacted sand. You can see the top form here filled it up to there, and then another form filled it up above. And those have been taken off. There was a trash can called a pound up that we did the heads of these subjects here, and compacted those and pulled those off. And then you start carving from the top down. You work your way down, and you just rough out your sculptures. You rough out your shapes. And so for years and years and years, I did this stuff, and I was kind of a beginner, and it took a while to get a little better. But after a while, you start to learn how to do it. You get better. And another example of a pound up here on the left. And that shows something, you know, and a lot of times I'd build these things that I wouldn't even know what I was going to build down in that corner. You know, on my projects, I'd be like, well, I don't know what I'm going to put there, but something's going to be there given the time that I had. And this is a Christmas theme, so it's Mary and Joseph with the baby Jesus. I got to bring out of this thing and figure out how to fit them in. And so, you know, I'm not the best sculptor, but came out pretty cool. We ended up with them cradling, with Mary cradling the baby in her arms, and Joseph just checking him out, and you know, the new guy, the new little member of the family there. And so, you know, I just tried to finish it out in a way that makes it somewhat legit and interesting. And so we finished that one out after, I think it was like 6 days, 5 days it took for me to carve this one out. And there's some other characters in here. I don't know if you can see them in this video there. Well, there's a little lamb on the corner over here and a bunny rabbit. And I used to just, you know, try and blow stuff out as far as the shapes go and keep them pretty simple and not put too many hours and hours into complete absolute crazy detail. Some folks doing sand sculptures are just doing things now that are beyond belief. They're just so amazingly detailed. And so I just kind of, you know, tried to get sort of something there that looked pretty decent. It was kind of cartoony, but still, you know, it's all good. So, but you keep getting better with practice. Whenever you do anything, you start off, you know, you don't know exactly how to do it, and you just keep practicing and get better with time. And so Christmas time, right on, Jesus, Savior of the world, and all that awesome stuff. So here's baby Jesus with Joseph and Mary, and you kind of say they're kind of crouched in the stable, you might say. And there's another shot from the vertical close-up of the faces. And you know, they need a little work, but, you know, you kind of get the feeling. It's got the heart. And there's little baby Jesus chilling out, which is cool. And there's a bunny. And my stuff is pretty cartoony compared to some of the amazing sculptors out there that are doing stuff now. So he's down there watching. There's Daniel in the background, my son. Daniel. Another picture. So here's us. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. That's Daniel on the right, my wife Claudette, and Michael on the left as you're looking at them. And so we're all wanting to wish you guys a Merry Christmas for sure, and hope it's not too crazy stressful. It is the season to be stressed. There's me, Mr. Baldy there in the middle this time. So this was for Shadow Mountain Church. This was back in 2012, I think. I can't remember exactly, but there's our bunny and our sheep from the other angle. There's me and the wife, yay. So there they are, Joseph and Mary, man. Merry ho ho to you all, and the sheep checking them out. So this just a little taste of some of the sand sculptures over the years. I did another one at Grossmont, and that's another, it's a shopping mall nearby. And so we had a day when families could come and, you know, make little sand castles and mess around. In the background there is the project that we did. It was a Christmas tree with a back door, which is sort of an odd thing. But so we had a day when everyone could come and like make sandcastles. So the kids were there hanging out doing that. And I believe, yeah, I'd finished the sculpture at that point. This was probably 10, 15 years ago. But it's great having the kids doing stuff, getting their hands into the sand and feeling it and making stuff and being creative, because we all have such an amazing ability to create that we just don't realize, or we forget it. It gets stifled. So you got a little elf there trying to get into Santa's little secret stash, secret hideaway inside the tree, the Christmas tree, it looks like. Yeah, I haven't seen these pictures in a long time. What does the front look like? Well, that's the back. You know, I take a lot of pictures. There's the front. Okay, super. So we've got the family of snowmen, snow people. So um, checking it out. So there's the Christmas tree. So this again is just sand and water. And did this a couple years in a shopping mall. A lot of times we do projects like that, and we just put them in a box on the ground, a 2x6 on end with a 2x4 cap. And there's plastic inside there, and it rolls up over the 2x4 cap, and that allows us to put sand and water in there and not make too big a mess. And we pack it up from the bottom and work our way down, carving from the top down as we go. And had the logo in there. It's hard to see, it looks like, but it says Grossmont. And so this would be, yeah, there we go. That's a little better. And so the theme was just Christmas time, you know, and the holidays and snowmen and that kind of thing. And pretty simple. You sort of gauge your time with the amount of you gauge your sculpting with the amount of time you have. That's kind of key to making things end up being finished at the right, you know, at the end when you're all ready to go. Another sand sculpture that was done, and this will be, I'll do this, the last one here, is at the Shadow Mountain Church. I did a same one as Joseph and Mary, the last one there. And let's get to the beginning. You can sort of see. Yeah, here we go. This is more of the beginning. I think it was 12 tons, I think, something like that. And pack the sand up in the wooden boxes, and then you carve from the top down. So there's probably a trash can, upside down trash can with the bottom cut out. We fill those up and carve those down from the top down, and trying to keep the sand contained in the area that you're going to be working. And this is how I hammer the nails in the corners. And even if there's just, you know, shredded wood, I can use a tie wire wrap is what I called it. And it was sort of something I figured out back in the day that allowed you to use old worn out forms, because my forms are pretty old and worn out. So moving forward on this, we have the snowman family. This is going to be a polar bear, or a bear. I guess polar bear would be a heck of a lot bigger than this, but got the family, and then the dad polar bear is a little nervous about what's going on with this polar bear hanging out right there, or this bear. So we were working on it, and same kind of thing. And the sand that you carve off, you can put into another box and then pack that up and then make something out of that. So you can recycle the sand over and over and over again. As you carve out material, you can use it to make other things. So now we're all finished up right here. We've got little mini snowman kid with his beanie on, holding the American flag. God bless America. And we got the bunny rabbit holding a little gift box. We got the cross on a rock, I guess that would be. We got a bird or penguin maybe with some shades on over here, and our snowman. No, it's a snowman over here, and he's the grizzly bear or the bear. So I like to put lights around the features when possible. It gives them a little drama. And so this is a vertical shot. And so this shows sort of the family. The lighting's a little light, so it's maybe hard to see. But so it's just a little example of sand sculptures I've done over the years in the past when I was doing a lot more of that, and not just the artificial rock stuff, which I'm doing now. But really amazing what you can make with sand and water only. That's all it is, sand and water only. Yeah, there's our bear with the penguin. Yeah, he's a little nervous, like, what's this guy gonna do? What's this bear gonna do? You gonna knock me down? So that shows the overall project there. So this was yeah, Christmas sand sculpture, again at Shadow Mountain Church. And so there you go. So anyways, hope you guys are having a great Christmas season and not too stressed out. I mean, it is the season to be jolly, but it's the season to oftentimes get stressed out of your gourd. So I hope you're not getting too stressed. they're hanging in there, having a good time, and feeling blessed and thankful. I sure am feeling blessed and thankful. I tell you, there's when you get older, you start to appreciate a lot of times how life can go, and and you go through some stuff, and you start to realize, if I don't have any pain anywhere, I'm thankful for that. So, anyways, hope you guys are having an awesome time here in 2019 with the Christmas season, and if you are struggling and having a hard time, and life's beating you up a little bit, hang in there, man. Hang in there. Life is tough sometimes, it really is, and but it'll pass. This too shall pass. It's been said. So I pray you'll have an awesome upcoming week. It is Sunday, and that you'll be kind, and that you'll be patient, and you'll be forgiving and grateful. That's what I try to do every day. And in doing so, I'm going to be better able to be a blessing to others, and not a curse, and not just sort of a pain in the butt for people. Because life can, you don't appreciate till you get older. Life is pretty short. So anyway, make something creative, be awesome, be kind, tell someone you love them, give more than you take, and just to really see the good wherever it is. And there's always some good in there somewhere. So if you do want to learn how I do some of the fake rock stuff, you can definitely go and check out my website at daverhenderson.com, daverhenderson.com. Got some blogs on there where I ramble on about all kinds of different things, plus how to make fake rocks, and creativity, and things I think are interesting and important sometimes. So you can definitely check that out. And if you want to get some free PDF downloads on how I make the fake rocks, you can go to davehenderson.podia.com, Podia. And I've got some free stuff you can download there. Just leave your email. I've also got my book, Making Rocks, if you want to actually read up on the entire story about how to make artificial rock projects. You can check that out. And yeah, so there you go. There's my little spiel commercial. So shameless plugs. Yes, that's right. Shameless plugging. So anyways, hope you guys are having a great day. God bless you. I love all you guys, and I hope you have a great week. We will see you next time. All right. Have a good one. Bye.